obviously the last match that we did watch, you know, it was a bit one-sided, but I think that was probably more of a team thing rather than
that was an outlier. That was definitely not a map-based balance.
If we brought up the stats from HLTV, you know, it would show that it was CT-sided.
Very CT-sided when it was played on Sunday night, and we're now going to see how it goes here Tuesday night. The Legacy Esports against Team Immunity, and Legacy are starting off on the CT side. Immunity, of course, have their lineup: Wizard, Urcast, Burn, Gratisfaction, and Moe CQ. Over for Legacy with Matt ZD, we have Dizzy, Dioxide, Chris, and Lightstep coming through here. Lightstep, of course, was dropped off of Chiefs at the end of last season and replaced with SYF Gaming's very own Pack. Oh my goodness, yes, Pex. And
that's all right, it'll get back to you.
It'll get back to me. He's a beautiful man. Talked to him at the LAN finals from last season. And Chris coming through as well. He's the Legacy sub. So it's nice to see the boys coming through. When we saw Chris play last, he did have quite a good game. Let's see if he can bring it through tonight. Of course, the first frag actually being Chris, so not a good start.
Not a great start for Legacy at the moment. But one thing I know, I did like that three-man push into A-man. That really does kind of put the pressure on the T's there. But in the end, they did get punished by Moe just sitting in Squeaky, able to kind of just grab the frag as he opened the door. But no, it's a good start here for Immunity. You know, one player up, you know, coming onto a site. It's got two players.
And they've seen Dizzy a quad. They're going to be pushing on now. Dizzy's quite lit. Dizzy's going to poke. Urcast will take him out, and Matt CD gets burned. That's a good kill. He will drop to Urcast, though. And Lightstep falls to Wizard. It's now all up to Dioxide, who's going to get one kill on Wizard. Looking for a second here on Urcast. Might find it. Yes, he will. Another 1v2. Dioxide going ham. This man can frag, but he will be taken from the side here in a moment. No, Moe's not going to poke him yet. Moe's dropped back into A main. We've got Grat on quad and Moe at A main. Dioxide going to be pushing up here. I'm not sure if they know where he is. Moe's watching bomb and might see him in the cross. There it is. Great kill for Moe CQ. It's a 2K in this round. And Moe, last time he played as well, week 1, we saw very big things come out of him. He played very well.
So let's hope he can keep up that form. Like we spoke about on Sunday night, you know, players do tend to sort of drop off after a big game and things like that. But, you know, such a strong start there. Those two frags, one from Squeaky and then again from A main. So a fantastic start for him and Immunity as a whole.
Now looking here, we've got the UMP buy coming out once again. UMP having a massive presence in Oz CSGO at this stage. I mean, the stats from last week alone, UMP kills were 9% of the frags, more than the M4A1S in our region at the moment. So massive stuff there. Of course, A1S not being quite the prevalent M4 variety to come through. Grat picking up the Oxide and looking for a second here on Lightstep. Will not find it, but does have more information that there are two now in A main. Of course, seeing Chris in the center there. Urcast will take him out with a great poke from the UMP, and I'm liking this push coming through from Immunity towards the A side. It's heavy A side, NCAT, and it's working for them. Dizzy trading back though, picking up Moe, and of course a UMP.
Yeah, absolutely. Grabbing that UMP does sort of help them out now, but all the T's, I can't speak. The T players will be pushing out onto the B side now, taking out Matt, who didn't really put up too much of a defense there, only tagging down one player. Bomb will go down, and 2v4 now. I think they might try and just grab some guns if they can, go for some exits, and try and save. This is going to be a
sneaky hold. They know that the bomb's over on B, obviously. Dizzy and Lightstep both being on the A site when it was planted, and of course no one from Immunity being around. Moe being the only one to drop, and kills across Urcast, Burn, and Grat. We'll see on the map here. They've got plenty of time, and so they're going to look to hold this. Lightstep's chilling here in Squeaky, and Dizzy, of course, waiting at the other end. Lightstep just outside of Squeaky, sorry. They're going to make sure that they don't get fragged up. They don't want any loss of economy here. Lightstep is actually in the corner there.
I mean, Lightstep, I wouldn't mind if he went out for a little bit more of an aggressive exit, but with Dizzy, you know, saving that armor and at least that frag, the CZ and he can drop on it.
That's going to be the kill, though. Dizzy does trade out Burn.
Good trade out.
Very good trade. Not optimal, obviously, but still a good trade, even though Lightstep dropped.
Yeah.
Lightstep dropped and lost a deagle. Whereas we've seen the kill. We've now stripped a UMP off of Team Immunity in Burn, and we're going to see it come back now.
The thing that we're seeing also is that Dizzy Life, you know, as I kind of predicted, that he would drop that CZ down to Matt there. So, you know, at least kind of spreading out some of the economy that they do have, although limited at the moment.
Now, we've seen big things come from Wizard in terms of a CZ as well. We saw that in week 1, which was a massive highlight that a lot of you watching may have seen. If not, head over to the CGTV_CSGO Twitch clips, and you'll see it there as the top watched. 12,000 views last time I checked. It was massive. So, looking at Wizard, looking to him to get a lot of frags tonight and to really put Team Immunity forward. Of course, the rest of his team quite competent. And we see Grat picking up the AK here. Grat's got a sharp aim. He's normally their AWPer. Obviously, they haven't got an AWP out yet. as they're looking to kind of make sure they don't give anything away for Legacy if they get frags.
Yeah, and that's the thing with at the moment with Grat on the AK there. He's obviously got the aim being a sharp AWPer as well. Moe's probably going to look to just farm some money. Same with Wizard and Urcast on those UMP. So I suspect that one of the other SMG players there will buy an AWP for him next round.
We assume so. And we're going to see the look for mid control here from Urcast, getting that smoke down into CT main, and then also getting the molly behind sandbags as well. Make sure no one's sitting behind there to clear out. And now the push. We're going to see Immunity pushing on towards the B site. Heavy stack here. We've got Lightstep sitting in heaven, who's going to find one. Doesn't get any damage down on Grat though, and Grat will pick up the kill. Matt CD has to reload, gets a lot of damage dealt, but Mo and CQ will capitalize. And now the rest of Legacy are left up at truck. It's going to be an aggressive push from Team Immunity. Good frag coming out there from Dizzy. Chris going to get some damage down. Will be tagged up by Urcast, and Urcast pushing the CT spawn. Wizard coming up through Highway is going to get a flash out. Flashes himself, unfortunately. He poked a little too early there. And Chris will pick up Urcast. Great tap there with the USP. Now going to look back down towards the CT length, and it's not going to find anybody there. We're slowing it back down now with bomb planted on B. We do have Grat watching that bomb plant. Dioxide picks up Moe, Burn trades that back, and Chris gets Wizard going 1-for-1 here. And that's Dizzy and Chris still left up. Burn and Grat. Burn picks up Dizzy. Now Chris left up. Chris is going to look to save here. Down near the box. He will. It's going to be the push coming from Burn, but Burn not going to get there in time to get the kill. Chris walks out of that round end cat with the UMP. He's got 4.5k left in the bank, but Immunity definitely taking an economic and round lead here at 3-0.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we're seeing Wizard and Urcast not so much, and same with Moe, not heaps of money left in the bank, but, oh no. Is it going to happen? Is it going to happen? No, it's not. That is honestly probably the dirtiest thing in this map.
Oh, it is the dirtiest thing as well. If it comes through, you can get a couple of kills with that wall bang spot as well. Legacy are looking to be a little aggressive here with Lightstep, pushing through the vents already from mid, and he's going to settle down in checkers. Team Immunity, we do have Grat on the AWP now. He's going to be facing off against Matt CD. Matt CD, the AWPer and the in-game leader for Legacy Esports. So they're going to have to make sure the communication is on point here. He's also holding down the B angle. Burn is going to be the man from Immunity who is contesting here. And he's going to make sure he gets this molly down, which will find Lightstep. No? Yes, it will. It's burning. Lightstep, of course, getting out the smoke quick enough. Burn, not quick enough on the poke, though. And he will not find damage with his AK through smoke.
I do like this from Lightstep now to go back in to play that close angle by the box. It's a fantastic position there. I don't know if the Legacy players... oh, wow, what a shot by Dizzy.
Dirty from Grat. Dizzy. That was up on the catwalk. He was poking that angle real hard, and Grat with a slow poke. Grat was also watching lower. He wasn't watching Cat. So an amazing poke there from Dizzy to take him down. We're going to see the execute come through now through A main. Dioxide, plenty of information. Great flash, great jump to get info. He knows that 3 are there now. And we're going to see Chris with the poke underneath the smoke. He will drop back after getting a little bit of damage down. Dioxide watching the other side. He sees one. Chris gets one. But Burn and Wizard will trade back out as Urcast falls. Team Immunity taking this side. Dizzy looking down Highway, and he has been spotted out there. The flash out to truck is going to prevent Matt from pushing onto the site just yet. And we have a 3v3, an opportunity for the retake from Legacy Esports.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm not sure if they would have known that that Lightstep will be in A main that quickly. Obviously, he's peeked out, taking 2 frags. Sorry.
He needs a third, and it's Moe in Squeaky. Lightstep goes for the push, but Moe gets his shot off. Matt Cedar gets tagged up there, and Moe has missed him for the next one. Oh my goodness, the no-scope, and he's managing to pull through the 3K, but he will drop the round here. Feels good to get those kills, but that is one on the board for Legacy.
Yeah, absolutely. Just if they had a molly or something like that left over to be able to chuck on that bomb, that would have helped immensely. Obviously, just bad luck to get the tag through the wall there and not get the kill. Obviously, the damage drop off through the wall there is quite heavy, but yeah.
Still tagged him up pretty hard. Yeah, Lightstep popped it from that no-scope through the wall, that scope through the wall. And then the no-scope, of course, killing one. And Moe got to finish off what he started with that wall bang. Matt CD getting a kill on the board, and Grat trading him back out. AWP v AWP. Grat's come off better for that one. And Wizard, oh my goodness, what a turn.
Absolutely. Lightstep obviously playing that position. They didn't catch him in that position before, so he thought he'd catch them out. But no, Wizard just a little bit too quick on the AK there.
Now, I'm going to say something that's potentially controversial right here.
Oh, no.
I better not see Lightstep at that box again next round. Because, honestly, it's one thing that I've noticed with Lightstep playing. It happened last week as well, when Immunity was playing, is Lightstep would often play the same angle. Immunity did very well last week and got away with it, but I don't think Legacy are going to allow it come this week. So Lightstep, make sure you move.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if you get mollied out in that position, or even just flashed, and the pre-fire angles in this map are probably one of the biggest things to take note of. You can pre-fire pretty much every holdable angle in this, like with absolute ease. There's not really too many problems with peeking the box position from pretty much anywhere. So he needs to switch it up.
Needs to switch it up. That is essential. I mean, we're playing a first-person shooter here. It's tactical as well, so you need to be making sure your tactics each round switch up. If something's working and it can continue to work for a few rounds, then yeah, you can play it. I mean, we saw Lightstep's boost on Inferno to flower boxes. Yeah. That worked several rounds in a row week 1. However, it's not going to keep working playing that box here on Cache. It's a known spot. It's an easy spot to poke. It mollies with frags. It's a spot that, you know, you can play it, but you can't play it all the time, in my opinion, because they are going to be checking there. It's just when they make the mistake of not checking, you can capitalize.
I think one of the default things that I've started to do now, especially in my own gameplay, is mollying that position off straight away, or at least getting a teammate to flash me in to peek it. Yeah. It's one of the biggest things that you can do. We are seeing 2 players get boosted up here into the mid boost, pushing Dizzy Life back with a flashbang.
Dizzy has to know that they are there now. He's seen 2 lots of ordnance come over, and he's seen them come over at the same time, so he's known, right, 2 separate people have to throw those. There's at least 2 poking Sniper's Nest right now.
Potentially, yeah. Dioxide playing a nice little off angle at Olaf there in A main. Lightstep playing a close angle again, not at the box, just holding there. Just check is here. Here the vent, trying to catch out someone poking.
And there it is, Moe going to take him down. It is punishment. And served justly. Grat and Moe now going to poke checkers. Matt CD is a little caught out here. We're going to see the smoke down, and the shot fired from his 5-7 is going to be giving him away. Molly down in headshot, and Matt CD will fall to Moe on the poke, not getting any damage down here. Moe really flashing himself out well into the smoke to Tree and towards CT. Chris going to be getting the poke through here. Will not find much damage as Urcast takes him down. Dioxide trading back out and getting burned.
Absolutely, and we're seeing Dizzy Life just trying to hold this heaven angle. He knows Urcast is right there, and he will take out Urcast. Now he's going to be on the flank. Can he do anything with it? No, Wizard will take him out. A 1v3 clutch there, or would have been 1v4. Big ask, but no cigar this time.
Not happening tonight. Legacy Esports 1 to Immunity's 5 round wins as we head into round number 7. Looking at the buys in this round, NCAT, what are you feeling coming through for Immunity?
Honestly, with Immunity, they know that Legacy has to be on some sort of eco at the moment. So that Mac 10 on Moe and the UMP on Urcast, and even the M4 on Burn, they're not the worst options at all. They know that our economy is terrible at the moment.
Look at this Legacy stack, though. It's going to be Burn getting one. Wizard gets another. Burn! Oh my god! The 3K and Crossfire, Burn and Wizard, an easy round for them. And they take out a 6th round win for Immunity. That was a huge 3K.
That was massive.
That was Slaughterhouse. That was
really stepping
into
the
meat cattle through the pens. That was unreal.
That really was, you mad vegans.
Legacy Esports, unfortunately, not holding as steadfast as the tree in these last 2 rounds. They're unable to pull anything forward, but they do have the buy up in this one. A quick round to get them through into round 8. They've got M4s now, and they're going to look to contest. Chris pulling out the M4A1S, and Dizzy with the boost here to Sniper's Nest. He's going to know that someone's going to poke him. It's going to be Grat, and there it is. He gets the damage down, and Gratisfaction falls. Wizard picking up Lightstep, and he's going to also look for a kill in mid on Dizzy, but will not find that opportunity. Wizard waiting behind the box here. Dizzy is going to push him slowly. Wizard has the advantage, and he pokes out. Well played, Wizard. The fast poke going to take down Dizzy Life, and that's now a 4v3 here for Legacy. 3v3. For Legacy against Immunity. Yeah. Great trade.
All of the time, if you're finding that one player has been boosted, it is a good idea to check both angles. You know, there's usually 2 people actually playing mid. Great shot by Moe to take out Chris the sandbags there. So great trade out. You know, T's on top now. This really does work in their favor at the moment because the CTs are spread across A and B site, but it does look like Immunity are going to try and hit this B site.
Yeah, with Matt CD in headshot. He's got an M4, but it's not going to be of great use, I feel. Burn does take a little bit of damage. Matt going to move out. There is the molly. It comes down. The flash, great flash. Matt able to rotate through the site and pick up Burn. We now have Dioxide rotating and gets damage down onto Moe as well, but the poke from Urcast is too strong from headshot. And now the peek from Dioxide. Dioxide not going to check behind himself, though, and it's going to be an easy kill for Moe there. Need to check your corners, Dioxide. That would have been an easy one. Could have potentially seen the barrel there. AWP is a long gun, a big texture on that one. Should have been able to see it.
No. Well, I guess I can't really blame him at the same time. That Snack's position isn't exactly the most common thing when a bomb plant has gone down. But nevertheless, you know, it's a great play by Immunity to secure that round.
And it's a big round as well. I mean, now they've pushed Legacy back to a pistol buy. That's all P250s and a 5.7 on Lightstep. We're going to see Wizard on top of the container, getting some spray down, but doesn't find much damage. Reload, and Lightstep going to push. Lightstep will get a kill, and now that's an AK, but Urcast trades it back, preventing that pickup. He's now also seen Dizzy. Dizzy having to move back through the smoke to mid. And I mean, they are going to hold this on a little stronger without the AK being picked up. It's bad news for Legacy here, and a strong economy coming through for Team Immunity. It's going to be hard-pressed for Legacy to win back some rounds here. And they are playing CT side, which is a little surprising. Keish, although it really hasn't been skewed in the play that we've seen so far in the league, it has favoured CT still.
Generally so, yeah. I mean, it is sort of one of those CT maps, in my opinion. Just, you know, it's so easy to grind people down. Urcast will find Dizzy there. No, he won't. Chris being able to get away with full HP, that's absolutely huge for them. If they manage to try and hit that A site, they will run into a bunch of P250s. But,
we can see Matt as well. Matt's on the flank coming through container now. He's on the big. He's picked up that AK. That is a big pickup, and he's actually going to be coming in behind on highway to get in behind the boys. Burn moves out onto the site. Dioxide picks up Urcast, but Burn picks up Chris and Dioxide in return. Matt CD, the only man alive, 1v3, and has an AK. He can do work with this. He does see Moe, but will not get the kill. And Matt needed to get more bullets there. Yeah. The spray control not quite right, but Moe will take him down. Big kills on the board here for Moe and Burn. In our 10th round, they've already hit 10 and 11 kills respectively, so well played by them. Legacy hard to get pressed up onto the board. They're running double AWP now here in round number 10. Dizzy and Matt CD picking one up each.
Yeah, so as you sort of suspect, you know, one AWP going towards that B main area to try and get that early pick, and one again towards mid. Now, funnily enough, because of that that shot by either Shox or someone who created that that big wall bang from T-spawn into mid. You know, that mid position with the AWP now has become really dangerous.
It has.
If someone times that rush perfectly, it's game over. But no, still pretty standard to run an AWP in mid.
Great boost here for Dioxide as well. They've got him on top of the boxes, well executed, did it perfectly, and the guys have nailed it. So they're going to be looking to make use of this when Immunity goes to push through. We can see with the X-ray on, Moe stacking up on top of Urcast there. Burn will pick up Lightstep off cam, but we are waiting for the execute on the A site here, as it is heavily stacked and the bomb down in A main. Immunity are just trying to get as much information as possible. Dioxide obviously doesn't want to use any utility up here to give away his position, so he's holding on to all of his frags.
Now this run's really entirely on what Dioxide does right now. He needs that trigger discipline. Let one, maybe two go in. No, he's going to fire early.
He's going to fire. That's two,
but he's going to fire three.
4! Number 4! Come on, Kobe! He goes for the frag and gets damage down. Matt CD picking up Burn there, and that is 3 for Dioxide. A great position, and he will fall to Grat, who moves back and gets the angle onto the box over the incendiary. He'll pick up the bomb, he'll go for the poke, and he's looking for some more frags. Now Legacy holding on. Grat is going to retreat back and hold on to that AWP as hard as he can. What a play from Dioxide, though.
That is absolutely massive. You know, I was expecting him to kind of hold the trigger and let maybe one or two out through A-man and surprise them. You know, go for a bit of a shroud play. But we are seeing Grashley's going to go for this.
Wow.
I mean, they do have the money to go for it, so I don't blame him. He's got $12,500.
And he's got the utility. He'll at least get the bomb down. That's an extra bit of cash for him. Whether he can hold or not's a different question. Matt CD poking Heaven with an AWP. Grat aware of his position and he's moving. He may have heard the drop here from Chris, so he's going to be wary. He has seen Dizzy and he's going to push through. It will be Dizzy Life picking up the kill though. Backed in by Chris, and Matt CD jumping from Heaven. He'll get the defusal. The only man without the kit gets the defusal. He gets to claim it because he watched Heaven so well.
He just wanted that stat padding.
That's right.
Wanted,
Needs to get those points on the board, mate. And look, now he gets the MVP for the round for defusing the bomb. So, I mean, we got to give it to him. Well played, Matt. He now has 2 MVPs for Legacy. He's got both of them in the winning rounds for them. So he's pushing up.
Well, he's second on the leaderboard for Legacy at least, with 4 and 9. But he's got the 2 MVPs.
That's what matters, mate. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter about your wins. Just matters about your stats on HLTV. All right. You need to get that featured spotlight.
Absolutely.
It's a good round for Legacy, though. They have brought back a win with the double AWP. Now they're going to have Matt and Dizzy pushing. The Molotov is out there on the nest. Moe's going to be waiting back here. Legacy using their utility much more effectively, I'm going to say now. They're doing a better job of it. They're getting it spread out more across not just the map in general in terms of location, but also in terms of the time for the round. They're able to save some of the utility for when they really need it. And Dizzy through the smoke, lines up Burn. Easy kills there. Lightstep also going to grab Moe for the push on Nest. And now we see Legacy smartening up. Wizard gets the repoke on Lightstep. But Legacy's wisened up to the fact that, hey, they always push a couple up there. Urcast is going to be picking up Chris after Dizzy Life gets Grat. We're left with a 2v2 here. It's the 2 orcs against Wizard and Urcast. Urcast picking up Dizzy. It's now Matt CD against the world. He might try for something big here.
I'm not sure if he saw Wizard in mid there. Because he would have seen his head possibly, but...
Depends on if he was concentrating, whether he saw that pop just as he moved.
Yeah, because he might not know that someone's going to come up either behind him or through A main, which Wizard is going to do A main there. So he may think both players are on the side.
Now he's trying to bait out sound here, audio cues. He's going to flash out and he's going to rush, but Urcast going to pick him up. And he will grab the AWP, so that's 2 AWPs now for Immunity. 9-2 is the scoreline as we hit up round number 12. And a big boost to the Immunity economy there. Look at that. Unreal. Grat and Moe both picking up their AWPs. And we're seeing massive amounts of money, well over 30k, still on the Immunity side, even after they've bought.
Yeah, absolutely. Legacy really need to get something on the board right now. 2 and 9. 2 versus 9. They're on a CT-sided map. Oh, no.
Oh, no. Matt CD, he went for the rush, he did, but Moe and Burn are going to get kills there. One on Matt and the other on Lightstep. The boys going to follow and leave it to Dizzy, Dioxide, and Chris to finalise. Wow, this round, Grat with a big poke on Dizzy, making use of his AWP up there. Wizard grabs Dioxide as well as he tries to push. And Chris, the last man alive with the USP, has been spotted out by Wizard. Wizard will get the kill. That's 2 for him in this round. Urcast, the only man from Immunity to miss out.
Absolutely. And yeah, we are seeing the economy is really not looking that flash for Legacy. Only a couple of rounds left in this half. They need to scrap together the last remaining rounds here, potentially to be in any sort of standing to kind of bring this back on the T side. Potentially even get the pistol round on the T side and remaining ones. But yeah, they're just
what a poke!
Right, you know, I would have thought Matt had time to take the trigger there, but no, just not enough time.
Very good poke. He pulled that off very quickly, and it's the flash from Lightstep now. He's going to bounce through the fire. Grat not going to be able to hit that shot, but he will nade out. Get some damage down to Lightstep, down to 60 now. Lightstep looking to poke back and picks up Grat. That's a good one. Good shot. We're still seeing the push come through from Immunity, though. Lightstep not going to be flashed out here. And here comes the Molotovs to check checkers as Burn pushes in. Legacy still holding out. Of course, over on the A site, need to be careful here. There is Urcast, sorry, sitting in Squeaky, who's looking to push out of this door, make some noise, make a nuisance of himself, and see what they can do over on A. Might not push out, though. I think he's rotating back. He's going to be looking for this B site. Immunity playing the slow play in this round. We've had one pick for either side, but no bomb site has really opened up.
This is huge. Chris has vision on the bomb. If he can pick out this player, who has he got there next to him?
That's going to be Wizard nearby.
Wizard nearby. If he can get
Here's Wizard.
Here, then he will
oh my goodness.
He's got the bomb control. I
Well
mean, they don't know
played.
obviously where the players are coming from. Obviously, Urcast revealing himself, taking out Dioxide, coming out of Squeaky there. Can he find Chris as well? They know another player was spotted here in mid-main. This is huge, though. They have bomb control.
Urcast going to push around, and that's Chris picking him up. Good use of the UMP here. And oh my goodness, the CTs could do this. Moe will get the frag down and now picks up the bomb left to Lightstep. Finds no. Burn going to take him out as well. Burn, are you okay? Getting 2 kills in that round. Immunity wins it out for round number 13, putting the scoreline 11-2. And we're looking potentially at a 13-2 finish to this half. Massive score to put on the board.
Yeah, absolutely massive. Legacy really need to switch things up now at the moment. You know, obviously they're doing some sort of late round or mid to late round pushes to try and get some more information. I think they need to do something aggressive now. Finish off these last 2 rounds with something that that Immunity aren't going to suspect, which is aggressiveness. Because they haven't really done it. They did one where they ran into an absolute meat grinder, but that was honestly just the team kill. Urquhart taking out Burn. He's trying to help Legacy as much as he can. Light step with an eagle though. Can he find anything? There are 3 players remaining in B main, not being able to find anything. Wizard taking out Matt. Great volley out.
And there it is. There's the damage coming down. And Urquhart picking up 3. Going to look for the 4th on Dioxide. Dioxide about to poke and will get the kill on Urquhart with the AWP. He's going to look for a 2nd and a 3rd here. Not going to find much yet. Cool. Urquhart going to smoke out Dioxide, grabbing the P250. He's going to move on a little bit here. Doesn't want to put himself at danger when he's grabbed an AWP heading into round number 15.
Part of me would have actually liked to see Dioxide kind of go for it. I mean, he's only got 2 and a bit K money left, but it's the last round, well, last 2 rounds, including this one. You know, they need to try and grab something, even if it's desperate, because 2 rounds on the board heading into a T side on a CT side map, like I've said, it's just not enough. Yeah. But you know, stranger things have happened.
They have.
You know, I do believe teamwork makes the dream work, Judge. So, you know. I am expecting big things from Legacy coming into this second half at least.
Yeah, me too.
One last round to see what they can do.
Hopefully Legacy can execute better on their T side. It's the dream. And we're going to see Legacy now and Immunity. They're pushing out, heading into round number 15. It's the last round of the half. And hopefully they can pull through a 3rd round before we head on through to the 2nd.
I don't think we're going to see much aggressiveness. Burn with a fantastic frag on Matt, taking him out at headshot. He's going to have knowledge that there's only probably maybe one player left on the B site. Lightstep playing it really smart though at the moment, just not giving away his position and just letting the player cross. On the other side, Dioxide taking out Moe from Shroud.
Oh, what a turn from Burn.
Fantastic shot.
Snaps to Lightstep and puts him out of it. And there's going to be the trade back from Dizzy, knowing Burn is going to push. Dioxide, Chris, and Dizzy all moving around now. Grat missing that shot. We'll get the smoke out into main. And that's going to cover their move across mid here. They've got mid control, but there is only the 2 of them, Urquhart and Grat. They need to be careful with what they do with the bomb here. Surely they've heard the vents open as Grat pushes towards B. He's trying to get as much information as possible, of course, before Urquhart commits to the site with him. Doesn't know that Chris is back there. Urquhart is going to pick up Dioxide in mid and going to get the Molotov down into main to prevent the push on him. And also that smoke. Putting out his molly, could have positioned that smoke a little better, could have pushed it back. If he'd pushed that smoke back, we could have seen someone try and poke into the Molotov and cop some damage and then retreat as well. He could have achieved the same effect, but got some more use out of his utility. Grat does know that someone is there. He knows that Chris is present in CT. We're going to see the push from Urquhart. Urquhart looking to get onto the site here. Chris does pick up one. Dizzy going to push through the smoke there, and Urquhart is going to grab him. Now 1v1, Chris and Urquhart. Chris has the HP advantage and needs to get the drop on Urquhart if he wants to take this round out. Urquhart positioning now, and Chris will find the kill, and Legacy Esports take out the final round of the half. 12-3 is the scoreline we're going to see going into the Legacy Esports T side.
This is absolutely huge. At least grabbing that very last round there, that's absolutely crucial for Legacy. They needed that last little bit of oomph left in there in the game there. But I'll be interested to see what they can do on this T side.
They need that momentum push. That's what we're going to see Legacy achieving here, is getting that 3rd round for the half, get a bit more morale back into the boys, get Matt CD talking trash a bit more, and bring up the spirits of the Legacy side. That way they can push through second half. Hopefully they can execute better on their T side here, and just getting things set up ready for that.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, it's one of those things, isn't it, where, you know, if you BM, you play better.
That's right.
That seems to be the CSGO sort of norm, isn't it?
That's right. That's just standard for Oz CSGO, is that you BM and obviously you are the better player.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Look, it's a great match so far. Yeah. There've been some tense rounds. Immunity obviously coming through and winning out more of those tense rounds. And, of course, I feel that the scoreline isn't really showing how well Legacy have played in some of these rounds. Moving into the second half, let's see if they can change that.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's have a look and see what Legacy can do. You know, I expect something hard and fast at the moment. You know, I would like to see a 5-man almost push, and it looks like it's going to happen. going to see 4 players go in through A main and 1, and being Matt going through Squeaky at the moment. They're just going to play the contact play, I believe. Lightstep, he's got a couple of flashes and a smoke there, so he could probably smoke off the truck area in between Fork and Red.
That's what he's going to be looking for here. And there's the smoke, beautiful. That's going to prevent Moe from getting a clear line of sight. He will fire some shots off. There's some shots coming from Highway as well.
It will be an easy plant now, though, because Immunity were expecting the B push. But this does set up Immunity really well for a retake. 5 players up. This is absolutely huge. All with armor except for Urcast, who's got the kit, which is absolutely huge now as well.
Oh, that's crucial. Being able to use that kit. Matt CD getting plenty of information with a stacking quad. And good to see the push now. Grat picks up Dizzy. Going to look for a second here. There's one more in A main. Oh my God, Grat picks up Lightstep from the back of quad. Looks at Matt CD and not going to find him either. Chris picking up one. Dioxide getting another for himself. Moe gets Chris, Grat, and Burn finishing off the round. And that's Gratisfaction with a 3K in round number 16. Really closed us out here. He's got the defuse, and Immunity wins out the first round of the second half.
Absolutely massive player by Grat, and especially a good idea picking up that kit for that next round, knowing that one of their players did have that Urcast there. No, absolutely massive, and this is huge for Immunity right now. Taking that round, that kind of sets them up, up to round 15 at the moment. In all reality, I mean, if they can grab this next sort of, obviously Legacy have fully bought as much as they can.
They forced up.
They obviously don't want Immunity to get to that 14th round. That is the absolute crux of it. That puts the pressure really on them.
Does. Key difference being here, Grat's picked up the M4 and Lightstep has a Tech 9, so the disparity is really between those two. The rest of the teams are pretty evenly matched. Of course, a lot more utility on the side of Team Immunity, winning out the round. Dizzy going to take a lot of damage from the spam from Urcast through A main, and he's going to be hard-pressed to get anything achieved pushing out onto this side. They will execute on A, and it's going to be the Team Immunity going for the push back to retake the site. Gratisfaction picking up Matt CD. And it's going to be Moe. He sees that Chris is there now, and he's going to look to execute as soon as possible with his teammates.
Once again, we are seeing sort of a retake sort of opportunity here. 5 players up, lots of utility. There's nothing left utility-wise on the Legacy side.
Chris is going to get a kill on Grat, though, and Burn will trade back, picking up Lightstep. Urcast really pushing through hard, and Moe taking out 2. Burn finishing up with the nade onto Dizzy. And that is the whole side of Legacy wiped out yet again for Immunity on the retake. Immunity playing this retake strat very well. They're hard covering B, having the mid for information, and then one playing almost up near truck to just check out A. Not really to achieve anything, but just to make sure that Legacy are executing there. Of course, Legacy, as soon as they do execute, they've been on this back foot in terms of their buy with their utility. They execute once, they don't have utility to hold.
Well, absolutely, and the biggest thing is, with Immunity being able to hold on that B side and just sort of... Are we going to see a push from the CTs? No, we're not. I thought there was going to be a couple of players going into the B main there. No, but the biggest thing is obviously they're going to have utility saved on that B side because they've never had to bait anything out. They've not had to use their smokes, not had to use mollies. They may have used a couple of flashes to peek something to see if they can get information. Yeah. But they've got full utility set as soon as they go for that retake, whereas, Legacy don't have anything. That's
right. Chris picking up a big kill here. He's dropped Grat. Moe will pick up the AWP. That's the Fever Dream back in his hands. And he'll be looking to use that moving forward in this round. Urcast in main. The spam coming through from Dizzy. Not going to find anything. Dioxide does pick up Burn over near B, and it's going to be the push. Matt CD going to try and take Wizard. Wizard getting one, and a good molly to back himself in here. Looks for Dioxide, but Dioxide will put him down. Urcast off screen will pick up Chris, and Moe drops Dizzy with a quick fire shot. Good nade out by him as well. Lightstep pushing through the back lines, picks up Moe. And now it is Urcast against Dioxide and Lightstep. And Lightstep with the kill will find his second for the round. What a good flank played by him to get that one done.
Absolutely. That push through mid, they didn't have any idea that he was coming through. They're dropping off from the boost position and going alongside all the way to white box and then sneaking it behind. A fantastic play by Lightstep, really smart stuff. So hopefully that can continue for them. Obviously they've got the pressure on themselves at the moment. Immunity playing great all game. They're going to opt to save now. They don't have a lot of economy to play with on the next 2 rounds. So save up as much as they can while also buying a couple of easy guns to just try and do some damage.
Couple of easy guns is all they need. The Galil in hand. First time we've seen it brought out for the night. But you're right. It's that easy buy, the easy guns. Trying to get the push through here.
So we are seeing Urcast and Wizard actually go through there. Have another player backing them up. No, it's just the two of them there. Deoxide might be able to catch Wizard out here. I'm not sure if he saw Wizard push up into that corner position.
Don't think he did.
This could be massive.
Legacy were expecting the aggression play from Immunity, and that's why they're playing so far back here in the map. Deoxide really well positioned, going to move slowly, and he is going to spot out Wizard here. Easy kill for him and a pick up of the CZ. Urcast trying to get some damage down through the middle with the Deagle, but will not find it, and that's going to be advantage for Legacy. Dizzy pushing out, picks up one with the Galil. He's become one with the Galil in this round.
He's become one with it. It's an extension of himself.
It is. His weapon is but an extension of his being. Urcast now in headshot. He's going to be holding down. He's seen the smoke come through, and he knows that someone's going to be checkers. That's a one dig. Looking for the second here on Deoxide. He's going to be pushed from two sides. And Matt, oh my goodness, the collapse from Legacy. They've executed hard. Dizzy, Deoxide, and Chris, the last three remaining for Legacy Esports, and they'll bring this up to a 5th round. They're keeping Immunity off of match point. Of course, Immunity 2 rounds away from winning out this first map. Not looking good for Legacy, but they're putting up a fight.
They are absolutely, and one of the biggest things obviously at the moment is they need to get their economy going. They need to get a couple of rounds under their belt, have some momentum going forward, because as soon as Immunity goes onto match point, if they can take another round here, yeah, it's pretty much over for them, because they don't have economy to actually back themselves up.
That's right.
As they go into that sort of that match point round.
While the teams play it slow. Good opportunity to thank some sponsors. Netgear Nighthawk, we'll start with you. If you're looking for some good aftermarket modems and routers, Netgear Nighthawk is the way to go. High-speed Wi-Fi and broadband internet.
Absolutely.
Great gear. And of course AMD, AOC, Plantronics and Gigabyte. Massive names, AOC being the title sponsor of this league for the season. And their monitors are looking pretty schmick.
I actually really enjoyed my Plantronics headset when I had one.
Yeah?
That was really, really good.
And then you broke it.
I did. That was
You
unfortunate.
got to stop
and
doing
that wasn't
that.
because of build quality. That was just because I was an idiot.
That's just because you're useless.
That's absolutely right.
And that's what happened with my Plantronics headset. Great audio sound, but I just need to be more careful. I think that's our problem.
I think the problem is we were playing Call of Duty, and that didn't really help. That
No,
made us
well,
angry.
no, that's why we commentate CSGO, not Call of Duty.
But back to Counter-Strike.
Back to Counter-Strike, that's right. We've got to focus. Look, not much has happened this round. We're coming down to the last 30 seconds. Not even any. There's been some peaks. Dizzy now finally going down to burn. But other than that, not much has eventuated. We're going to see, here comes the execute coming through. Wizard picks up Deoxide in response, and Grat sitting here at Fork is going to get in the back lines. Chris will pick him up. No, it's Matt CD. Moe gets Lightstep, and Chris gets Moe. It's looking good for the T side. Matt CD picks up Wizard. But there is the trade out. Burn with a nade, picks up Matt CG, and Urcast will get Chris. Immunity take back the round, and they're on match point here. Round 21 could be it for map number 1 here on Cache. Not looking good. This is, of course, Legacy's map pick. Would have expected them to do a little bit better when they had played their map pick last week against Chiefs. Legacy did very well. It was brutal to watch. It did finish out with a relatively even scoreline, but Legacy on their map, it was great. Their rounds that they won were strong.
That was where they brought them back to 1-1, wasn't it?
That's
Chiefs.
right.
That's correct, yeah.
Brought Chiefs back to 1-1 in the second map last week. Legacy, though, they'll have to see what they can do on Overpass. I'm not feeling that this is going to be the map for them. They're looking to all converge on Squeaky here and execute. Moe going to back himself in there. Lightstep going to push, and there's the trigger discipline. 1-2, looking for number 3. Matt CD finds Grat, and there's number 3 for Moe. He gets mollied out, and we'll find Chris for a 4th. What a finish to this first map. 16-5, Moe with a 4K, and that's absolutely map number play. 1.
That's huge,
Ooh,
isn't it? That spray down.
dirty.
Get that trigger discipline to hold off and just get those 2 players and then finish off with the 2 last.
It's what we were saying Urcast should have done when he was playing that top box.
Yeah.
When he played top box, I mean, he did very well, got a 3K out of it.
It worked out for him in the end.
It did.
But, I mean, if it was someone else in that position, honestly, I would rather let someone else or maybe 1 or 2 players come out, comment out that, yep, they're pushing right now. And as we saw probably, I don't know how long ago it was, but Shroud in that position, hence why it's called Shroud. They, able to catch out players as they're pushing the site.
It's a matter of trigger discipline. It's a word that we're using frequently, and we're going to see some more of that come through here. This is our first replay of the night. This is going to be the wallbang there from Moe. That's the no-scope wallbang on Matt CD. He's going to get the kill here on Dizzy and finish off. He doesn't win the round, but he does win our hearts with that kill. Of course, here is the meat grinder from earlier on. This is round number 7. Burn picking up 3. Wizard making it full house with 2. Dioxide, not Urcast, sorry, was up top there. Urcast was the second man to fall, and that's going to be 3 kills for Dioxide. Matt picking up a 4th. Of course, Legacy did win out that round in the final. And Lightstep picks up 1 here. Going to grab the AWP, look to Urcast, and he finishes off that round. Of course, we don't have the final one we've seen from Moe, but that can be saved for Twitch clips later on Reddit.
Absolutely. We don't want to give away too much at the moment.
No, that's right. We don't want to give away too much. We don't want to come out his... Twitch. Yeah, that's right. Can't have everything live on stream. Has to come up later.
Exactly.
We are going to throw to a short break, though, so stay tuned here on CGTV CSGO, and we'll be back with the second map in this matchup. Of course, that is Team Immunity against Legacy. Heading over to Overpass. Stay tuned.